here it is. Welcome to Dark Souls, where I am trying to grind the game tired out of my mind. My eyesight keeps going like 4 times I can see everything. I am closing my eyes without even thinking about it. This is going to be interesting. Originally, I started training in this area because I thought that I could get the fire spell, Firestorm, which would just pop out a bunch of different pillars of flame, and maybe I could finally defeat that Medusa type monster that was kicking my butt all that time ago. But apparently it turns out that the only ones that give you that spell are in the gutter, and they only show up if the giant ant isn't killed. So there are all my dreams messed up for that until the next game, or I guess until I can find some bonfire ascetics to be able to refresh the bonfire again. Harvest Valley. A vest that you can put on your soul. Hardy har har. I am going somewhere. Where am I going? In a loop, in a loop, in a loop, in a loop. Just like my shoelaces said before me, it is time to loop me into the situation. Which situation is it that I'm living in? Well, let's see here. Count to 5 million and tell me exactly what it is that you see. On the walls, there are nothing but squares and bricks in the color beige. If I didn't know any better, I would say that I was living under a rock for the past 10 years. I don't know. Maybe if I slept in a coffin and hung upside down, I would be halfway onto the way of my dreams. Can I carry this for 10 more minutes? Who knows exactly. Ah, I blew up. What a fiery exchange. Just like every relationship ends and starts with a bang. Pick up item. It's a dragon charm. Can you charm a dragon? If you tried to charm a dragon, what exactly do you think you would be able to do anyway? Just kind of run up and down inside of her? Like, how do you think you would ever get the job done? Well, I wonder. You know what? With the big and small potions of Alice in Wonderland, I wonder if they ever think about that. If they get into any weird sort of kinky stuff. Where... Oh man, that's going into different territories now. Let's think of another topic. That bald guy with the sledgehammer was kinda interesting. I kinda wonder what it would be like to be hit by a sledgehammer. If it's anything like when I've tried to work on things around my house and I've hit my hand with my hammer, thoughts are promising on the subject. You know how many times I have thought about playing the Guitar Hero and Rock Band games? You know, I have never finished Rock Band 2. It's weird about that. Like, I was trying to get perfect scores in every single song, so I didn't use the whammy bar. I broke every single whammy bar on every guitar that I had, just so that I wouldn't get extra score more than the song was worth. I... What was the hardest song to do, even on easiest difficulty? I think it might have been Panic Attack by Dream Theater, but that's not really surprising considering that it is a 8-minute song. And I think Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum was also kind of hard, just in the fact that it drags on just long enough to be tedious. And if you're not really paying attention, you could miss a note, even if it was the most calibrated that it could be. You still missed notes, even if you saw it perfectly, and it would just really mess me up. And I got to that point where, even if I was doing that things perfectly, everything would mess up and I just wouldn't play Rock Band anymore. I always kind of thought that Lego Rock Band was cool. It's weird, I've only ever had the first two, but back in the day, and especially back when I had money, which is why I'm kind of glad that I never sunk any money into it, but also kind of disappointed that I didn't at the same time. It's kind of weird to feel about that because, I always want to go back to the Rock Band days. Everything felt so simple then between friends. I only had the first two games, but I wanted every game, I wanted every spin-off, I wanted every track pack, I wanted every, every different song that you could possibly get. And I wonder how well that worked. In the fourth Guitar Hero World Tour, you could make your own songs, and I think I tried once, but it was, and especially because I don't really know what notes are which, it's kind of hard to make a song on that. When I mess around on a real guitar, usually I'll do 2 frets apart, and it always makes some, nice melodies, some nice simple things that you can do. I don't know, maybe I'll show people sometime if, oh no, that's right, I would need another person's guitar because, way back when I got it, I was hanging out with a friend of one of my high school friends, and we had my guitar in his stand, and it fell over and one of the strings snapped, so it's 5 working strings on a 6-string guitar, and I couldn't get it restringed, but then that means that I would have to actually, start practicing guitar again, and I never really practiced. I just kind of did whatever I wanted because, no matter how much I tried, everything seemed too complicated. But, I don't know, the first time that I played Rock Band, it was a new concept to me, and it should have made sense for me to strum the guitar to be able to play it, but, I never actually, wait, what? Am I saying this right? Yeah, I didn't know that you had to strum the guitar to play it, so I was pressing the buttons, the notes, but it kept failing me. I just want to go back to those days. I had I had over 100 friends, but that's really only because everyone hung out with me at school, and then it went to high school where I had maybe 10 friends. No, well, 10 at school and 10 outside of school. The ones that I hung out with at the time, I didn't hang out with in the school, which was kind of weird. Um, But still though, just like simple days, like when we used to go to the local store in that town, and for some stupid reason, every weekend or like whenever it was that we hung out, we would get this huge tub of like melted nacho cheese, and we would do our best to eat it all. And it's like, I think by the fourth or fifth week that we did that, we were like, oh, why? Oh, why did we do this? So much pain, so much regret. I don't know. We tried to make a zip line in my friend's neighbor's yard because he had this like yeah, like one of those like play gym kind of things, you know, the playground, like you go up to the second floor and there's a slide and everything, but like, and the place where you climb up to right next to the slide. And we tried to attach a thin red wire. Honestly, I have no idea why my friend thought that that would hold us, but I guess it did. I guess he knew what he was doing, at least a little bit. But it only held them. It didn't hold me. Like even though I was considerably skinnier back then, I was still like, that was when I stopped being all skin and bones and when I actually kind of started being fat. It's like I went from one extreme to the other, you know? My throat is starting to hurt, so I'm actually gonna like, you know, this is a good test to see how well this does.